On May 3rd, World Press Freedom Day was commemorated at Santoor Union Turnpike, New York, with the launch of Journalists Beyond Borders by Professor Inderjit Saluja, editor of the Indian Panorama, who called for global unity to defend press freedom. Senior Indian journalists Anand, Pradhan, Singh and Sheetal Singh highlighted rising threats to media and democracy. Ashok Arora, former Supreme Court Bar Secretary, emphasized the press's duty to question power, while attorney Ravi Batra spoke on the constitutional rights protecting journalism. Political leader Koshy Thomas praised journalists for holding leaders accountable. Several others also shared powerful messages on the role of media in preserving democratic values. Let's watch some highlights.
We are here today at Santoor in Union Turnpike, New York, to celebrate World Press Freedom Day. This day falls on May 3 every year, and the day celebrates freedom of press. It also takes into account the state of press freedom in countries across the world. It takes into account how the journalists are being treated in various countries of the world. It takes into account the issues that are impediments in the way of exercise of the rights of journalists to investigate and report truthfully and honestly. It also takes into account the atrocities being committed by various governments all across the world. And it gives us, all journalists, an opportunity to reflect on what we need to do to ensure that our freedom of press, freedom of expression, freedom of speech is not restricted, and that we are not subjected to atrocities of the governments. And for that, we need to stand together in solidarity. We need to come together under one umbrella. And that is why we decided to have an organization that transcends boundaries, geographical boundaries, that transcends the boundaries of the nations, the political governments, and brings all the journalists together. And we have named it Journalists Beyond Borders. It's an humble beginning. We are today holding a first serious event from this platform, and I would appeal to all my journalist friends to please come under this umbrella, join Journalists Beyond Borders, and lend strength to journalism, to journalists, to democracy. Thank you so much. ITV is a part of the world of the journalists. I'm so proud that ITV is here to cover the event, and not only to cover the event, to participate in the event in a big way. And I look forward to ITV always lending support to Journalists Beyond Borders, which means they would be lending support to themselves. Lending support to Journalists Beyond Borders means lending support to yourselves. Thank you so much.
Congratulations to all the fellow journalists in America and in India that this is a World Press Freedom Day, and our freedom is in danger. So we are all talking here, we are all gathered here, and we all know this is a tough time. Even the media is changing. When we started our career, it was only a print media, then came the electronic, and now it is the age of the social media. The complex of the whole game is changing, the narratives are set. Media is considered, which was considered to be asking questions from the government, is now behaving like a extended department of a government or a party. So it's a tough time. Hope things will change. long live this friendship between the media person of India and America. Thanks so much.
I must first congratulate Inderjit Saluja ji and friends at Journalists Beyond Border. I think it's a very good effort by these friends because freedom of press, as we all know, is very important for any independent society, for any democracy or developed democracy. As Lincoln, since we are in the country of Lincoln, is important that we follow what Lincoln said, that it's democracies of the people, by the people, for the people. So for this, the most important role is played by press. We are also lucky that we have two senior journalists from India, Anand ji and Sheetal Pal Singh ji. Our friend Ravi Batra ji is here, Ali is here. So this is a good effort, I think, and any government for that matter, it is the duty of the press, role of the press to ask questions, because the people generally they can't ask questions. So it is for the press to ask questions and keep democracy alive. I again congratulate JBB, that is Journalists Beyond Borders, Saluja ji and friends, that they are doing great service to humanity, because unless democracy survives, humanity cannot survive. Thank you.
जर्नलिस्ट दुनिया में लोगों के लिए आँख और कान का काम करते हैं। किसी भी राज्य में, किसी भी डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री में लोगों की आवाज़ को उठाना जर्नलिस्ट का ही काम होता है। कुछ अरसे से ऐसा गवर्नमेंट्स कुछ कंट्रीज़ की अख्तियार कर रही हैं ट्रीटमेंट कि जर्नलिस्टों की आवाज़ को दबाया जा रहा है। हमें खुशी है कि इंडियन पैनोरमा में ने न्यूयॉर्क में ये फंक्शन आयोजित किया है, जिसमें आज प्रेस फ्रीडम के दिन पर ये फंक्शन हो रहा है और कुछ वक्तव्य भी ऐसे आ रहे हैं जो इस बात पर और भी गंभीर से चर्चा करेंगे। तो ये न्यूयॉर्क में पंजाबी कम्युनिटी का सबसे पहला प्रयोजन है, इसलिए मैं सलूजा जी और इंडियन पैनोरमा का धन्यवाद करता हूँ और ITV का भी जो इस फंक्शन को कवर कर रहे हैं। धन्यवाद।
Journalists Beyond Borders. We are celebrating here in New York with the Indian Panorama newspaper, and this time we would like all the journalists to come together to save, especially I will request to save Indian democracy. Since there are a lot of ups and downs in India, and I request all the journalists to come together to save India's democracy. Thank you very much.
When you come into the community, only a press, a media, a writer, a journalist can correct and do what is really needed for the community. They correct the politicians, they correct bureaucrats, they correct even dictators. When they go out of control, only media or the press can control them. So we all know, without media, without press, it's a chaotic situation in this world. So to bring peace and harmony, to lead the community or anybody in this world in the right direction, the right path, we need our media, our press, our journalists, the writers, their brain and thought. They are dedicated for the community. They dedicated their life. They dedicate their time and energy. They even look into the benefits for the community only. They don't look into the financial gain. So hats off, best wishes for these journalists and leaders, press, media, for bringing their time and energy for the upliftment of the community. Special thanks to ITV for taking this initiative. They are also playing a very vital role in this community, in our neighborhood, to bring all the best for our community, especially in Queens, New York. Thank you all. Koshy from New York.
About 2,000 years ago, Jesus Christ said, in answer to a question, "Give unto Caesar that which is Caesar's, and give unto God that's his. So the first question one has to answer is the issue secular or is it dealing with divinity? And if it is not dealing with divinity and it is secular, then one has to understand what the secular laws are to then be able to exercise the most important right of citizenship, which is the First Amendment right. It is just as in any play, any place that you go of honor, the first seat is a place of honor. The same is for the First Amendment, as the human rights. Unfortunately, it is a right, like the rest of the Bill of Rights, or the rest of the Constitution, that is misunderstood most often, which then leads to greater discontent among the public. Keep in mind that the Bill of Rights is subject to borders. Forget about what this says, because this almost leads to anarchy and journalists getting arrested. You have to be able to exercise First Amendment rights legally without ending up in jail. All right, thank you.
As the capitalism all over the world is failing to address the issues before the people of the earth, they are more and more envisaging things which are undemocratic, and in most of the cases, in most of the worlds, as per the Dem Institute report last year, the space for democracy is shrinking. The job of journalist is becoming tougher and tougher each day, and in countries like ours, and there are many more, where people are killed, they are in prison, they are attacked, and they are financially crippled. So we are in an era when disparity is becoming the sign of the society, and journalism is becoming a very difficult task to carry upon. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Jasbir J. Singh, and today we are here at Journalists Beyond Boundaries, and we are celebrating the World Press Freedom Day with Professor Saluja, and we have Anand ji and Sheetal ji from India, the renowned senior journalists. And I'm glad to see all the journalists from our tri-state area present over here. And it's good that we had a lot of exchanges of views, which gave us the light of journalism, and the independence and the liberty of journalism is very important. It's like an oxygen for literature. Thank you.